Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to more of this game. I hope everybody is having a fantastic time. Let me flip my phone over so I can't see it anymore. Again, let me know if my audio levels are too loud. They shouldn't be. But I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. We're gonna solve some more mysteries. Let me see if I can get the game to actually show up over here. I can. Wow. Well, let's jump straight to it. Let's keep a snooping where we shouldn't be snooping. Alright. We just got some candles and some whatever to make a false key that we're gonna take to Bess.
Beth is around.
Beth, not Bess. Got Sims on the mind.
There you are.
I'm not sure I understand what the plan is here.
Well, when I was little, we had padlocks on many of the farm's sheds. My dad would always lose the keys, so one day he made a mold of them using wax and plaster. I was thinking of doing the same.
Are you sure it's gonna work?
Absolutely not.
Hmm?
But hey, I guess we won't know until we try.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's do this.
I mean, how much time do y'all have? It's gonna take a while for that plaster to
To
set.
start, we need to pour the wax from the pot. Have you done this before? You're a real pro.
Thanks.
Now, let's give it a few seconds, so the mold really takes form. Okay, I think you can remove it.
Oh, that plaster set real
Well,
fast.
Almost there. Just pour the cup of plaster into the mold. All right. Now we wait for it to dry.
All right, I hope you have about 15
I
minutes.
don't know. I guess we'll keep poking it every now and then.
I bet you didn't think you'd be making a plaster key today, huh?
Indeed. But I like it. It's rare that this job allows me to use my creative side.
Your creative side.
Well, granted, this key won't end up in any museum, but I enjoy the occasional artistic endeavor.
Oh.
Like drawing?
Oh, God, no. I once drew a dress that everyone mistook for a birthday hat. I never drew again after that. What about you? Haven't I seen you drawing in that journal of yours?
Yeah, I doodle a little.
Hey, you should show me one day. I'd love to see your art.
No, you would. I mean, nobody hardly ever says that.
Okay, but promise not to laugh.
What? I'd never, ever do that. I know I make fun of pretty much everything, but not people's art. That's their soul. I'm sure.
And I eat so. I mean,
Thanks.
What do you like to draw anyway?
It's kind of silly, but I've started working on this little comic in which I imagine my life as a celebrity.
A celebrity?
Yeah. I've always found the lives of famous people so fascinating, you know? And I kind of envy them sometimes. All the drama, the excitement.
Yeah, because we're really lacking in drama and excitement today.
Well, today's the exception.
I'm sure there's something else in your life that excites you.
Well, I do like sailing.
Excuse me? You sail? On a boat?
I'm on a boat.
I used to, with my grandpa. But when he died, we had to sell the boat to pay off his debts.
Oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to go with you.
No, I'm not flirting with her.
That would have been great. I really miss it. I miss him, too. Even though he was a bit eccentric.
More eccentric than me?
Oh, a lot more.
I'm sure I would have loved him then. Hey, look. I think it's dry.
Oh, that was so
I
fast.
believe it worked. I could not have done this without you.
Yeah, probably not. Well, I should get back upstairs before Bernard notices my absence, if he hasn't already. Let me know how it goes with the key. Oh, and be careful while turning it, okay? You wouldn't want it to break inside the lock.
Yeah.
No.
Careful. Thank you for everything.
It's a very
Problem.
thin plaster key.
I've got 2 keys. Now, let's test them out.
Whose drawings are
Probably Beth's
these?
latest project. It's really cool how she has an eye for this kind of thing.
Throw away. Alright, so let's go struggle with this key because something tells me it's not gonna go well. What the hell? Like, is somebody watching me from the elevator, or was that just to have like a dramatic scene? Like, how long until Beth tries to Beth tries to throw me under the bus or something? It was this room? What the? Oh. Oof. I was like, God, they took their furniture and everything.
Be careful, Sophie. You don't want this key to break.
Ah, yes, let's snoop in their most personal and private of matters.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. These two sure love their riddles.
Atlanta, I noticed yours was pretty worn down, so I decided to buy you a new one. I hope you like it, and since you enjoy them so much, here's a little puzzle to figure out the combination. 2 5-letter words are the key, both are related to our history. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will sure take you back. From the first one, take the first 2. From the last one, take the last 2. Oh God, puzzles. I hope you feel better. Try to rest today. I'll bring you some hot soup after class. M.
Huh. Marcella invited you to the movies. Let me guess. You said yes.
Nope, said no. Postman Always Rings Twice is playing at Lowe's Theater tonight. It's based on a novel I read a while back. I am sure you would love to see it. Seeing as you like crime stories and murders so much as nothing creepy about that, she must be a basic white girl from the ages of 18 to 33. Will you come with me? M. Movie, oh my God, 25 cents for a ticket? Oh, to hell. I can barely listen to Sister Miller's lecture today in secret language. All I do is look at your lips and imagine kissing you. I can't wait for tonight. M. Okay, so I need to figure out... Oh, there's more on the back. I wish I could. I feel like climbing on the roof of the tallest building in Austin and shouting my feelings at you at the top of my lungs. God, I sound like a giddy teenager in love for the very first time. Maybe I am. Sometimes I am scared that all this time with you was nothing but a dream too good to be true. I'm afraid that when I return to Montreal, I will realize you never existed, or if you do exist, you won't remember me. I wish I had a picture of the two of us, so I would know for sure it was real. I long for your embrace and taste of your sweet lips. M. Oh, I didn't read this. I thought I read this one. I've just heard Doris Day on the radio, and it made me think of you. I know how much you love Sentimental Journey. Counting every mile of the railroad track takes me back. Last time I was in Texas, I felt like coming home. Now, strangely, I feel away from home. I wish you were here with me. I always feel at home in your arms. I can hardly believe it has been 5 weeks since we last saw each other. Sometimes I wonder if I might be going crazy. You are always in my head. Everything reminds me of you, not only songs on the radio, but silly things like the flowers in the garden, the smell of your shampoo, or even when people say the word darling. And I can hear you say it with your lovely French accent, darling. My family seems to have noticed my odd behavior, but of course I cannot tell them about you even though. So, I think darling is one of the words. Pen, hello. But I might be wrong. Here's a picture of the two of us. We look so happy. Dear Anne, I'm sorry it took me so long to answer your last letter. Has it been 6 months already since I left Montreal? As you always say, le temps passe si vite. Sorry for my bad French. I never took it, so you have to deal with it. My parents are glad I am done with my studies. They always thought it was a bit strange idea for me to go to university. Now they want me to find a husband and have children. Like any other woman, I think I will. Right? These past few months, I had a lot of time to reflect on our relationship. You know my feelings for you, and I hope you never forget how much I love you. But we cannot hide our heads in the sand any longer. We are lucky our story lasted as long as it did, and I'm foolish to think it will last forever. Our love is forbidden, and hiding it from my family is proving more difficult every day. You will always have a special place in my heart, but I believe it is time for us to go our separate ways. You made me feel like a teenager. You made me feel like everything but the present disappear. Now I need to be an adult and think about the future. Sincerely, M. Something tells me that may not be M, but... Oh, these are all the letters. Alright, so I need... figure out... that be the case I found on Marcella's bed in 509.
That riddle's a toughie. Maybe I need a fresh pair of eyes on it.
Not yet, I don't. Wait. Let me do the safe thing. I'm gonna put the letters back for now. Let me double check, because I'm pretty sure it needed to be... not that one. Not that one. It's a 2 5-letter words. Not darling. So the first one is the bar, and the second one is alliterative. And first two. Okay. Just in case somebody comes back, they'll surely notice the plaster key, but... Ace. This? On bank by appointment, notary, Montreal, wedding anniversaries, rose petals on the bed, return trip. Let's see, a mention of a bar in there. That's him and his now wife. But did she just find out about this whole thing? Oh, and that's for this case. So that's the... I still need to find... Maybe I should just call Beth?
I should wait till I have more to report before calling Beth.
Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. Her alliterative name will surely take you back. I don't know if there's clues in any of the things I've seen. Da, da, da. And crime story. She has a favorite bar. She's once in love with another woman. Whole life that's been lived. Eyes. I need to find out what her favorite bar was. That will hopefully give me an idea. That's laundry. Let's see. Where'd she get her matches from? Normally. Oh, I guess I never cleaned this. Wait, I'm not supposed to clean this, am I? Oops. That's not 5-letter word, but normally you used to be able to get matches like that at bars. That was about me. Don't need to know my name, but you've seen me. I've recognized that look in your eyes when you checked in. You and I don't need to make a fuss. Keep your wits about you, and I'll do the same. Clarington. That's just from our hotel. That's her husband. Cool. That's her husband. Glad Montreal, my family. Aries? Unless it's a person. Which, I mean, it could be.
Funny how some games really stand the test of time. I used to play this with Mom all the time.
Michael's books. Was about her husband. Did he say what bar they went to? In his note? Probably done again. Finish sleep. On to money. Oh, Weston bags. That's where they're shopping. Left for a restaurant. Harry's diner. So that's not a bar. But I mean, it still could be that. Not Royal. They're all connected. Here's about you. We take it. Nothing there mentioning what he would have called her. Any left out of that? A calendar, that was no use. From his mom telling him that he needs to grow up and thing. Trying to figure out riddle. We're looking for two 5-letter words that have to do with Anne and Marcella's past. Unlike my favorite bar, this one was black. For alliterative name will surely take you back. I don't know. I'm looking for anything that he or her may have used to describe each other. Can't find anything. And I don't really know what bar it could be. The only thing that's coming up that's a 5-letter word is Harry's, but that's a diner. I don't know if I'm overthinking it and it's not in one of these letters and it's just supposed to be a regular old riddle. maybe Greta, because the bar is called the White Cat, and her cat was named Greta, and it was a black cat. Which would, of course, mean it's his favorite cat. Her favorite cat. So, potentially something alliterative. Stoop after class. Postman always rings twice. Close. We're looking for a descriptive word. Something to describe her or him. That is 5 letters long. That's a breakup letter. Not that I saw. I feel like I've been through every room a few times. I mean, this is all the letters. And this is currently the letters from that box. But they didn't have any, like, sign-offs. They only ever said, like, sincerely. Like, even in her writing attempts. Right, and I'm not losing my mind. Alliterative is just like a descriptive word, right? Alliterative would be 2 words that are... Looking for things that start with the same letter? Her alliterative name will surely take you back. There's something with Anne? Yeah, I got nothing here. I might have to just cheat. Let's see. Right, that told me the answer, but it didn't tell me what it is. Hold on. I mean, I got the first part right. Know how to get the answer. I don't know. I got no idea. I know the answer, but I don't... Nothing explained how to get to the answer. Done in this room. Eh? She's just doing a really good job. I don't know where all these people are at anyway in this snowstorm. Typewriter.
There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think that novelist, Bridget Boswell, is actually you, Marcella?
Dear Marcella, or should I say Bridget, you know I have a good crime story, but last week I came upon a romance novel with an intriguing title, and they were roommates. I bought it on an impulse at a train station and read it from cover to cover during the journey. Can you imagine surprise when I recognized our story? You may have changed the names and locations, but all of our moments are there. Our endless discussions in the dorm room, our first date at the theater, our trip to Quebec City. You often said you are thieves, but I never fully understand until now. It has been almost 10 years since I received your last letter. A letter that pointed out our relationship is nothing more than a summer fling. At first, I could not believe that you had written those words. Then I waited in the vain for the answer, and you had to accept your love for me was never real. For many years, I was broken and angry, confused. I questioned the nature of our feelings, of our attraction, and made many wrong decisions. But this book, your book, am I foolish to think it's proof that you loved me? In any case, I hope you are well, and I'm happy to see you've accomplished your dream of becoming a writer. Ray Saint-Crement A.
Oh, Anne. Murder might be a bit much, but you deserve some kind of justice.
Dear Marcella, I didn't expect you to reply to my letter, but I'm happy to see I was wrong. Your words have comforted me in a time of great distress. If only Louis was half a man as you say Hector is. He has quite a temper and hits me frequently. I'm willing to put up with it as long as he doesn't hurt Michael, but there are some days when it becomes almost unbearable. The other day, I dreamt of our first date. We were watching The Postman Only Rings Twice again, but suddenly we were in the movie. You were Lana Turner, and I was John Garfield. And we were both plotting to kill my husband. I hate to admit it, but I was almost hope it's premonitory. To answer your question, I do still have our box. My brother is currently in Atlanta for work, and I was thinking about going to see him with Michael next month. If you're able to meet me there, we could open the box together and laugh at the silly things we thought important all those years ago. I hope to hear from you soon. Trey Synchronmont. A. P.S. Do you remember that secret language we invented so Sister Miller couldn't understand the notes we passed during her class? In secret language, I still do.
I do like a happy ending. I just hope that's where your story is headed.
Me too. Thank you for sending me a signed version of your latest novel. I think your greatest work yet, but I do have a few comments to help make the next one even better. First, I believe Rose should be more concerned with what she deserves than what her husband deserves. He may not deserve the pain she will cause by leaving him, but they both deserve to be happy. And they won't be as long as they remain together, as long as she doesn't listen to her own needs. Also, I think it would be great if your next novel ended on a more positive note. Imagine if Rose left her husband and Rose rode into the sunset with Eve. Imagine they went to New York or Los Angeles, someplace where people like us tolerated. Imagine they got to have their happy ending. It would be the best story ever. I hope you will consider it. Tracy Gramont. A. P.S. I know you say invisibility protects us, but don't you just wish to be seen sometimes? Wouldn't you like people to know you are Bridget Boswell, to recognize you on the street, to recognize you for your work? Why not publish your next novel under your own name?
Oh, so you came to Montreal under the pretense of celebrating your wedding anniversary, but all along, you meant to reunite with Anne.
Dear Marcella, I left the house. I left Lewis. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't lie. How do you do it? How do you manage to live a double life? To hide your work, your novels from your husband? I had so much less to hide, and yet Michael and I are staying at the Clarington Hotel until we find a place to stay and the divorce is done. I don't know how long it will take. Could you come and see me in Montreal? I really need you by your side right now. Train Saint-Clement. A. P.S. I wouldn't put it past Lewis to scour every hotel guest book in the region looking for me under his surname. So I've registered it under the name Beaumont. Mouse? Hello? There we go. Throw away.
There's a lot of stuff in here. I don't think I've looked at everything yet.
What? What have I not looked at? Right, I've looked at those.
After all this,
Oh.
turns out you're a fan of Bridget? Of Marcella?
Alright, hold on, let me get my reading voice ready.
Unexpected.
Oh, so much reading. Dear Marcella, although you don't know me, I think I can safely say I am your biggest fan. Your novels have literally changed my life. After the war, I spent almost 10 years in psychiatric hospital because of panic attacks. None of those treatments were working, and I wasn't getting any better. I became friends with one of the nurses who started lending me books so I could pass the time. I didn't really like the first one, but then I picked up on Bridget Boswell's first novel, your novel. I have never read such a beautiful love story. It almost brought tears to my eyes. I immediately urged the nurse to get me more of your books. Believe it or not, the more I read, the less panic attacks I had. The doctor thought it was their new medication finally working, but I knew the truth. Your novels gave me the courage to get in contact with Lindsay, a friend from the war. I had always felt for him some way your character feels for others, but I never dared telling him. Now I have thanks to you. The thoughts of seeing him again is what motivated me to get better and leave the hospital. Hope to hear from you soon. After my discharge, I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me. I've discovered Bridget was a pseudonym, so tracking you down took longer than I thought. Fortunately, I am a very patient and resourceful man. I never give up. Do you think we could meet? I have so much to tell you. Paul. Okay, so this is just a creep.
I'm glad you were able to open up to Marcella like this. Everyone needs someone to talk to.
Thank you for answering my letter. I realized how unsettling it must have been for you. Please forgive me for tricking your editor into giving me your address. I know I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to thank you as well for your encouraging words concerning Lindsay. I still haven't heard from him, and I'm starting to fear I might have the wrong address. I wish to take a train to Virginia, but that's not an option right now as I can barely pay the rent. I guess I will have to find a job. Okay, so this is the private detective that's in the other room, which is worrisome that he brought a gun. As a kid, I dreamt of being an actor, a Hollywood star. I know it's a foolish dream, but what else can I do? What am I good at? I've tried getting some odd jobs already, but employers turn me down as soon as they learn where I've spent the last 10 years of my life. If this continues, I'll probably end up on the street like so many of my army buddies. Why am I even telling you all this? After reading your books and getting to know you through them, I tend to forget I'm only a stranger to you. I hope you don't mind. You seem to be a good listener, and I've been rather lonely ever since I left the hospital. Anyways, please tell me more about your life, and do not hesitate to write long letters. I must have read your previous one 1,000 times already. Paul.
An advance on my salary. So Marcella hired you. But what for?
Dear Marcella, I received a letter from Lindsay's mother. She tells me she's dead. He's dead. Words cannot even begin to describe how empty I feel. He died 2 years before I even sent the letter. You will never know my feelings for him, and I will never know if he could have loved me back. I guess I should have known this would end in pain, just like your novels. I wish Lindsay's ability to find beauty everywhere. Even during the war, amidst death and chaos, he would marvel at the forests in Germany, at the sun, the birds. He loved so much. He could identify them just by listening to their song. I have to admit your proposition took me by surprise. I was hesitant to leave home at first. I was afraid to miss Lindsay's answer. But now there's nothing keeping me here. I'm desperate for anything that will help me forget the pain, but I don't have enough money to make it to Texas. Do you think you can give me an advance on my salary? In spite of everything, I'm excited to finally know I'll meet you. Paul. So she hired the private detective.
So, let me get this straight. Mrs. Beaumont and Mrs. Cruz are some kind of star-crossed lovers?
Seems like it, yeah. But I'm not sure whether they chose to meet here just to reconnect for a few days, or if there's something more to it.
Well, I may be able to help with that.
Really? How?
Oh, some mail arrived earlier for Mrs. Beaumont.
You've opened it, right?
Me? Disregarding someone's privacy? Of course I did.
I'm a bad influence on you.
Or have we been bad influences on each other? I guess we'll never know.
So, what's in it?
It's 3 train tickets. And, there's a tourism pamphlet for California.
California?
Well, it makes sense. It's much more progressive there than it is here.
So, Anna and Marcella want to go there to live their love freely.
Anne and Marcella, huh? You 3 are best pals now?
Well, after reading so much of their correspondence, I kind of feel like I know them, you know?
Yeah. But what about Mr. Morgan, though? I mean, Paul. How does he fit into all of this?
Well, why is there 3 train tickets, though? Is it just so that it looks more normal, or are they planning on bringing somebody else?
I think Marcella hired him. I found some letters Paul wrote to her. He said that her proposition took him by surprise, and that he'd need an advance on his salary.
What did she hire him for? To investigate her own affair?
I'm not sure. I didn't find the letter he was replying to.
And why did he have those pictures of you anyway?
I guess we'll never know for sure, but I don't think it was ever about me.
always been about Anne and Marcella.
Exactly.
Well, it feels a tad anticlimactic, but who needs drama, right?
At least it made our day pretty interesting.
It sure did. You know, after today, I think I get why you're so interested in the lives our guests lead. I try to forget they exist as soon as I'm done interacting with them. But once in a while, it's nice to remember that, well, even the most put-together person could be an absolute mess on the other side of the door.
You're right. Everyone likes to put on a show, but none of us are actually perfect.
Yeah, it's a comforting thought. I knew you'd get it, Bean. Come see me when your shift ends, all right? We could leave together if you want.
Sure. If we're able to. With all that snow, I'm thinking maybe we'll have no choice but to spend the night here.
Ooh, a sleepover. We could set up a pillow fort on the mezzanine.
A pillow fort? We do work in a hotel, you know. There are actual beds here.
I know, but isn't my way so much more fun?
Well, we could take a page out of Michael's book and decorate it, and then spend the night throwing stuff at Bernard whenever he comes through the lobby.
Oh, now you're talking.
Despite me not flirting, I feel like they're flirting anyway.
I just have to finish my tasks for the day, and then I can leave.
I think I just heard the hotel door. I mean, the elevator. I feel like there's so much gay happening. No, nope. Hold on, Sophie. Let's go this way. We don't want to be involved with whatever that is.
Sounds like
Let's
the
just go
elevator
over
doors are
here,
jammed.
right? Let's just tuck over, hide in this corner. Let's not go over to where that blood on the floor was. Oh, I gotta close too. Well, there's some some fruit punch on the floor. Oh, is that Bernard? I'd recognize that tiny head anywhere. But why Bernard? Yes, let's just slap our fingerprints on everything.
Mr. Cruz. Oh God. Oh God. What happened?
Okay. So I took the gun from the one guy. Yeah, he could have just tripped and bled everywhere. So I took the gun from Michael, not Michael, whatever the private detective's name is. So that's gone, so it can't be him. I mean, Wendy's a possibility, but I feel like that would make no sense. His wife's a possibility.
Mr. Cruz's life insurance policy. Why did he have this on him?
Okay, so this is Hector. He just has a small head like Bernard then. Okay. So he has life insurance for a whole bunch of money.
Is this about Paul? Does that mean...
Dear Mr. Cruz, thank you for reporting that our guest's unacceptable behavior. We'll look into it as soon as possible. However, I regret to inform you that we cannot divulge our guest's personal information. Regardless of that, our guests' behavior. As I am sure you will understand, we are very concerned with our guests' privacy, and our staff prides itself in discretion. Please contact us should that guest bother you again. Yours sincerely, Bernard Ledoux, hotel manager. Okay. So they're going to try and obviously frame the murder on me, which is why the private detective is taking pictures of him. I mean, of me. Because it looks like I'm snooping. Now the power's
I have
out.
to get the power back on.
So he's murdered with an ice pick. Someone else might have also been murdered with an ice pick. Clutch some pearls. Maybe's cigarette case. So somebody's trying to plot or murder against somebody else.
Hold on to this, maybe.
Nope. Put that back down. Get the film out.
Poor Paul. Lindsay's death really hit him hard. He hasn't been in the best headspace.
They didn't just hire a private detective. They may have hired an assassin. February 14th. Montreal's much bigger than I had expected. Big cities always make me feel lonely. And that feeling was only exacerbated by this morning by the fact that everyone around me was speaking a language I could not understand. I bought an English-French dictionary at a train station, but I don't think I'll need it after all. English speakers seem more common downtown area, thank God. Hotel is nice. When I arrived, the whole staff was getting ready for some big event. It wasn't until I saw Marcella enter the lobby with a flower bouquet that I realized today is Valentine's Day. Hector and her were gone in a flash, and I left feeling more alone than ever. Wishing Lindsay was here with me. Helping Marcella out these past few weeks has been a great distraction, but it still hurts so much every time I think about him. I had hoped the pain would have been gone by now. I'll probably need a double dose of Miltone to sleep tonight.
So Paul just needed to pass the time while Marcella was away. That's why he was observing us.
Today, I wanted to follow Marcella and Hector out of the hotel, but the sidewalks were so packed with people that I started having panic attacks. I tried taking a cab, and that's when I realized I was all out of money. It's been a while since Marcella's last payment, and the hotel room was more expensive than I anticipated. I couldn't resort to selling my camera, so I decided upon my victory medal instead. Hard letting it go after so many years, yet also felt strangely liberating. Maybe it's a sign I shouldn't be holding on to the past so much. To fight the boredom until Marcella and Hector returns, I started looking at the hotel staff. I heard Andrew and Beth at the reception desk discussing books, movies. They both seemed like nice people. I wish I had found the courage to join their conversation. When you look at people all day and they never look back, you start feeling invisible. I noticed that Sophie, the maid in charge of cleaning on the 5th floor, seems to have interest in other people's lives. Maybe I should try talking to her.
Paul was hiding out right here. Did he ever find the person who was sneaking out at night?
The question has been driving me crazy. The question has been driving me crazy since my first night at the hotel. So I decided to investigate. I found a hiding spot near the ice machine with a nice view of the whole corridor. My camera at the ready, but there's been no movement for the last 3 hours, and I'm starting to not fall asleep. No need for Miltone tonight. I thought being a detective would be more exciting. Maybe Marcella's right. Maybe it's time I let go of Mr. Spade.
9:45? So Anne and Marcella met here this morning while I was busy cleaning room 504.
I woke around 9:30 a.m. and realized I had fallen asleep sometime in the early morning. I was about to go back to my room when the guest from 507 came to sit on one of the chairs close by. She's been here ever since, and I don't dare leave my hiding spot in front of her. Marcella joined the guest from 507 around 9:45. Apparently, she told Hector she didn't love him anymore, and he's been convinced she's cheating on him. That explains why he assaulted me out of the blue yesterday and accused me of having an affair with his wife. The guest from 507, I learned her name is Anne, has just said that she might have an idea on how to solve their problem. I'm thinking of revealing myself, but I don't want to anger Marcella. The longer I wait here, the more awkward it will be when I do come out. Maybe I should. This poor guy, I feel like he was kind of tricked. Probably into killing someone. I don't know if I should bring the ice.
Just get to the fuse box in the janitor's closet, Sophie. It's not far.
So, is there going to be a second dead body for Paul inside of the icebox? That is the question.
It's too big. I guess I'll need something here.
Yep, let me go grab a murder weapon. Hold on.
Think, Sophie, think. What can you use to open the fuse box?
I feel like there would be like a billion things better than a murder weapon. Because I don't think... I mean, maybe Paul just saw something while he was hiding here? Because if AB's cigarettes are on the table, which obviously puts her there, not necessarily at the time of murder, and somebody's broken pearl necklace, maybe Martha Wayne. Oops.
It's too big. I guess that worked, thank God. Now, to get the power back. Eugene, what I would give to have you with me right now.
There's a power outage.
We'll have to make do.
Yeah, he reached for the pearls. If there's a power outage, and I'm busy preventing another part of this hotel from collapsing, here's what to do. Fix the fuse box plan for required amperage for each socket. Remove all blown fuses from the socket. Tip blown fusions are usually blackened. Screw in the fuses in the socket. Make sure amperage is correct. Click to restore power.
How did this end up here?
Rust? Why did he have all the safe comp? I need 30 amp.
How does Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably need new fuses.
Yes, but where are they?
Getting the fuse box open was half the battle. Now I need to take a look inside and fix what needs fixing.
Yes. Where are fuses?
Eugene do this again? Fuses. I probably need new fuses.
Right. Not on a shelf.
I don't
None
think
in-
there's anything here that would help me.
Would they be downstairs in the... I can't go downstairs. There's a body in my way.
Yes, this is what I need.
Oh. They're just kind of flying about. Alright. Again, this is a 20 amp. Pipe. Nope. Nope. Yeah, and then this is a 30 amp, which is G. This is a 15 amp, which type A. I don't get paid enough for this.
Power's back. Now I should go down to the lobby. Call the police.
Oh, but here, we have to go to room 501 first, because I have a safe combo, and, you know, I have no reason to do it, but I want to.
Hello?
Oh.
Is anyone in?
No. We're just gonna move the body out of the way?
Is there anything I've forgotten? Once I leave this floor,
Oh.
I probably won't be able to come back.
Let me go put the murder weapon back. He just hit their head there then. So I don't think he died immediately. I don't think the ice pick is necessarily what killed him, but... How do I leave? Yep, let me just shove this out of the way.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Phone. I need a phone.
Where is everyone?
Beth? Where is everyone?
Montreal Police Service, Station 22.
There's a man dead. He's been murdered. I need the police.
Please stay calm, ma'am. Where are you right now?
The lobby. But the body, it's upstairs.
Can you give me the address, please?
Oh, 1178 Drummond Street.
All right, ma'am. Officers are on their way.
Thank you.
Well, just wait here for some police.
I just have to wait for the police.
Oh, hey you. Great timing, right? I'm thinking if we're lucky, Bernard will let us go home. No point in working in the dark. Sophie? Bean, you're not scared of the dark, are you? Hey, is everything okay?
I found Mr. Cruz. Hector,
Oh, you did? What was the bloke up to?
you don't understand. I found his body. He's dead, Beth.
Merde. Merde. Sit down, okay? You look like you're about to faint. Have you called the police?
Yeah, they're on their way.
What happened? Was there an accident?
No, I don't think so. Someone did this to him.
You mean... Merde. Do you think it could have been Anne and Marcella?
I mean, it was their stuff there.
I found something on Hector that would point to that. Yes.
Wait, so you touched the body? The dead body?
I mean, yes, kind of.
Sophie, rule number 1 when stumbling upon a dead body. Do not touch. It could really get you in trouble. So, what did you find?
There was this letter that made it sound like Marcella would get a lot of money from her husband's death.
Throw the affair into the mix and you get a pretty good motive.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm probably going to hell for saying this. Who am I kidding? I'm going to hell anyway. But I can't really blame her if she did it.
Yeah. Not being able to be with the person you love must be so heartbreaking. I can understand wanting to find a way to escape.
You can?
I mean, I can't excuse murder, but I understand.
I'm glad you do. You know, I've been with a woman before. Ziva Rivers. She's a photographer in New York. We were together for a while, and I was so in love. It was like a fire rain couldn't put out. I guess like anything that intense, it wasn't meant to last. But while it lasted, I was the happiest I've ever been. And if something had come between us, kept us apart, I would have done just about anything to be with her. Maybe that's what happened here with Anne and Marcella.
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me with this.
Maybe now you can understand why I care so much about you. I don't know if I'm feeling inspired by Anne and Marcella, or if it's the shock of being so close to an actual murder, but, I'd really like for us to be more than just friends, Sophie.
I mean, she's saying it now, so it's not just me being weird. So, sure.
Yeah. I like that too.
That's... that's great.
Now she'll defend me.
Just be mindful of what you tell them, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
So romantic.
Miss Roy? Miss Roy? Miss Roy!
Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
I really need you to focus right now. I don't want to be here all night, and I'm sure you don't either.
No. No, I don't.
So, as I was saying, we're trying to ascertain the circumstances of Mr. Cruz's death. Can you tell me how you came to find the body?
I was cleaning room 509 when I heard the elevator bell ring. Again and again and again. I thought maybe a child was playing with the doors, so I went out in the corridor, And that's when I saw him. All the blood and...
Why was the elevator bell ringing?
I'm sorry?
You said you heard the elevator bell ring. Why was it ringing? I assume it wasn't a child after all.
Why would I lie to you?
Well, Mr. Cruz's body was preventing the doors from closing.
Really? When we found the body, it wasn't that close to the doors.
Oh, the stairs are blocked because of the renovations, so the elevator's the only way out of the 5th floor. I had no choice but to move the body. Just a little.
Ah, so that explains the traces we found. Thank you for clearing that up. So, what did you do after that?
Well, that's when the power cut. So I had to go to the janitor's closet.
To access the fuse box.
Exactly. I changed a few fuses and turned the power back on.
But there's a lock on that box, isn't there? Did you have the key?
No, I didn't. Only Eugene does. But I thought an ice pick might do the trick, so I went to the ice machine to get one.
You're a size 7, I suppose.
Yes, I am. Why?
What did you see when you went to the ice machine?
There was blood. A lot of it.
Did you touch anything?
Oh, God.
I might have touched a few things. Just to figure out what had happened to Mr. Cruz.
Of course you did. Why so many witnesses can't help but compromise the evidence is just beyond me. Anyway, what did you do after restoring the power?
I took the elevator down to the lobby. That's where I called the police.
Do you remember what you said to the operator? The exact words.
No, I'm afraid I don't.
You said, there's a man dead. He's been murdered.
That's possible.
What makes you so sure it was murder?
There's no need to lie. Why? I'm not guilty, so there's no need to cover up for anyone else.
I've been snooping around the guests' rooms.
I didn't think you'd admit it.
You knew already?
We found pictures of you snooping around.
Oh.
Now, unless you want me to arrest you for violating your guest's privacy, I suggest you tell me everything you know.
All right.
Let's start with the victim's wife, Marcela Cruz. Apparently, she left in quite a hurry this morning. What can you tell me about her?
Yes?
She's having an affair, but it's not what you think. She's been in love with another woman since college. They've been apart for more than 10 years, and now they're...
Yes, I know all about Mrs. Cruz and Mrs. Beaumont's sexual deviance. Have you ever witnessed them engaging in immoral behavior?
What do you mean?
I'm asking if you've seen them being, intimate.
No, I haven't. No.
And did you hear them discuss their deviant ways in front of
Deviant
Beaumont's son,
ways.
perhaps? Imagine what kind of effect such perversion can have on a young child.
No, I didn't hear anything.
Did you hear them express their hatred of men?
Oh
Did
my
they ever
God.
talk about using violence against men? Did you hear them speak ill of Mr. Cruz?
No, I didn't hear any of that. I'm sorry I can't be of more help.
No, I'm sure you are. But we're not quite done yet, Miss Roy. We've learned from one of your colleagues that the victim had a fight with a guest named Mr. Spade. What can you tell me about him?
You went to the psych hospital. I mean, I feel like that's not what I would want to tell him, but...
He spent some time in a psychiatric hospital
Okay.
after the war. That's when he got into Mrs. Cruz's novels. And they really helped him.
Yes, I already know about his time in a madhouse.
Oh my God, this guy's a terrible cop.
And they painted quite the picture of him. Did you ever see him display odd behavior in or around the hotel?
No. I mean, we've all got our little quirks, don't we?
Did he seem obsessed with Mrs. Cruz?
A
Yes.
little, maybe, but
Obsessed enough to kill her husband?
no.
Yes.
Nothing like that. We all have our obsessions. Me, for instance. I'm obsessed with celebrities and gossip magazines, and
You don't seem to understand, Miss Roy. Mr. Spade is not like you and me. He may look like us, but he's not. He's dangerous and needs to be taken off the streets. So tell me, did you ever see him be violent or aggressive?
I mean, he did get into a fight with the one guy, but I wish I knew what it meant by take a stand.
no, I didn't.
I'm sorry, Miss Roy, but I just don't believe you. I think you know more than you've let on.
Can I please leave?
You can. But you'd better stay in town. I'm sure I'll have more questions for you very soon.
Bernard was strangely chipper on the phone. That
One
can't be a
sec,
good
I
sign.
got one thing I've got to do
I
real
guess we'll
quick.
know soon enough.
Bear.
Let's go see what Bernard wants. The atmosphere is so different in here. Will it ever feel like it? It'll probably be a while before the hotel reopens.
Ugh, go to hell.
Beth,
Hey,
are you okay?
I'm out of a job. But other than that, yeah, everything's just peachy.
What? No,
I hope you're luckier than I am. Come join me when he's done with you, all right? I'll be questioning my life choices on the mezzanine.
yeah, okay.
Ah, Miss Roy. Come in. I suppose you know why you're here?
I'm not sure, actually. Your phone call was a bit vague.
Yes, well, I prefer to have this conversation in person. We've been getting a lot of press lately, and not the good kind. I wouldn't expect you to understand the position I'm in, but I assure you, it's quite uncomfortable. To have one's life's work blown away like that. All thanks to some sexual deviance and a nut job.
I am.
It's obvious to me now that I haven't been firm enough. For guests of such morals to be comfortable booking a few nights here and committing such a horrid act. Things need to change. This means elevating our standards to the highest possible level, and it starts with the people working here. It starts with you.
With me?
Yes. From what I've heard, You've been quite the exemplary maid lately. Clean rooms, satisfied guests.
I take my job very seriously, sir.
As you should. I had planned to give this month's Employee of the Month title to Wendy, but since she's no longer with us, I'm thinking of giving it to you instead.
Really?
Jackpot!
So it comes with the responsibility of being a glowing example for other staff members to follow. Is this something you believe you can do?
Would it come with a reward?
I see you're a pragmatist. Yes, it would.
Okay, then I'll do it.
Good. I expect you to be here on Monday, first thing in the morning. There's a lot of work to be done before the reopening. That'll be all.
Got a job, got a bonus, employee of the month. Things couldn't be better, you know, aside from the murder.
Hey,
Hey.
what a week.
Yeah. So, what did Bernard want with you?
He offered me the Employee of the Month title.
Good for you, Bean! A shame I won't get to be there when you receive your reward.
I'm so sorry.
Hey, it's not your fault.
I know, but it's so unfair that I get rewarded while you lose your job.
Don't feel bad about it. You deserve it more than I do.
Did Bernard say why he was firing you?
Ugh. He was going on and on about keeping deviants out of the hotel, so I may have lost my cool a little.
A little?
I told him I was one of those deviants he was so afraid of. He froze for a moment, then showed me the door.
Dang, I wonder if I didn't flirt with her at all, if she wouldn't have gotten fired.
Well, I'm not one bit worried about you. I know you'll be just fine.
Yeah, I do have a cat-like ability to land on my feet.
And think of all the good times you'll have away from Bernard.
What good
It's
times.
annoying him. He turns into a particular shade of red that only I can get out of him. But no, you're right. It's time for new challenges. I could see myself owning my own establishment, one that caters to the right kind of crowd. Believe it or not, I do enjoy the company of people, just not, you know, the stuck-up, entitled clientele of this prestigious hotel. But maybe if I were behind the counter of, say, a bar instead of a reception desk. I don't know. Is that silly?
No, it's not. In fact, you'd be perfect for it. You're the most charming person I know.
Yes, girl, you go open that gay club.
I'm really glad you're in my life.
Me too.
Oh, I don't know if I should do that. I would love to. But I don't want to be put as a deviant yet.
I've been thinking about Anna and Marcella a lot.
Should I be jealous?
No, not in that way. I've been thinking about what they went through. How they had to lie and pretend. Day after day. How they had to live someone else's life for 10 years before they could finally be with each other. I don't think I could do that.
Well, I have good news for you, Bean. Times are changing. It's already started elsewhere, and it will get here eventually. One day, all the Annes and Marcellas of the world will live happily together, and no one will give a damn.
I really hope that's true.
It will be.
Well, welcome in, Goracle. You're missing out. It's a good game. You should give it a shot if you like any sort of like Nancy Drew-esque mysteries, but a little bit darker and a lot gayer. Not that the gay is a bad thing, of course. I'm not against those sexual deviant types, but it's a fun game if you want to snoop and stuff. Oh my god, they are all charged? Well, Just so you know, you're here for the spoilers for the end of the first part, so if you don't want that, I would look away and mute everything. Oh, poor Michael. Oh, fuck. That's the worst one. Oh, that was the end of the game? Oh! Well, shoot, I thought there was more to it. Nope, that was the end of it. I thought there would be more. I was really hoping for more. But that was a phenomenal game, even though it was shorter than I thought, and I thought there would be more to it. Luckily, you don't get much of the story based on the images, you just know who people are. But man, it was a good game, and I know there's multiple different endings, so maybe you'll do it a different way. I would love to watch you play it. If you do end up playing it, just let me know, because it was a lot of fun. The puzzles are nowhere near Tunic level puzzles, but there's a lot of information recollection that is, it was difficult. There's only one point where I got stumped and had to Google it because I just could not figure it out, and I wanted it to tell me how to find the answer, but it wouldn't let me find out how to find the answer. It just told me the answer. But good stuff. The animations are a bit wonky, but the voice acting, the sounds, everything was good. I'm glad that I got a good ending, that everybody was happy except for poor Michael at the end. That kid's gonna live a horrid life. I mean, you don't necessarily need a notepad. It keeps track of it for you. You just kind of have to root through it. I took notes to make it easier on myself. Yeah, it's their first game. I don't know if they have anything ongoing. I would love something similar to this, maybe set in the same era. But I like these Nancy Drew-esque games. It's good stuffs. I will let the credits roll here while I drink my coffee. Yeah, timing could not have been better. I will definitely keep an eye on the dev for this and see if they put out anything similar to it so I can continue to play that. I mean, I guess they are probably sponsored by Ubisoft, given the name, so don't expect great things considering Ubisoft, but if they let the dev do what they do.